I've had this RC car for a while now and it's been great. It's very fun. You can put a 3S battery in there and it's really fast. But you have to be careful, and it's like driving a real car. If you crash, then the probability of getting this thing broke, it's high because it is made out of plastic parts, and although these plastic parts are like a little bit flexible, but still, if you're driving like a 50 miles an hour or something like that, you can achieve with a 3S battery in this car, and you are driving on a very rocky place, or full of things that you can crash into, then you will break it, and that's definitely 100% sure that you're going to have to repair it at some stage. And I had to do a lot of repairs for this. And for instance, one of the last things that happened is these two parts here, these two arms at the back, they broke. These are the 3D printed ones. They worked great. This one broke here, but that's because I was pushing it too much. And you can always buy your parts, your spare parts, like the ones that I have here. But sometimes they take a little bit to arrive because I buy them from China and they take up to 2 weeks to get here. So one of the ideas that I had is, what if I 3D printed one of these parts, like these arms, and see what happens, and that's what I did. But I'm also going to show you all the process of repairing this differential part here, and all the fun that I had with it also. Now, this RC car is sort of an old version, and ZD Racing, it's making this version better in the new ones, the new models, and they have little details that makes the cars more resistant to this kind of failures. Now, this car is still very good. I've taken it to the limit, and that's why I had to repair it so much, because I always crash. I always take it to the maximum speed with a 3S battery, although it comes with a 2S battery. So I was risking to burn the ESC or something because I didn't know if it could stand a 3S battery, but I read on few forums that people were using it with a 3S battery and it was fine. Now the 3S battery gives it the best performance in speed, but with more speed comes more responsibility, and after some turnovers and crashes, I had to repair it over and over again. We're talking about a car that is fairly big and it's also heavy. So this heavy thing is going at 50 or 40 miles an hour, so it can be dangerous also. So if you crash into someone, it will hurt. So that's why you have to be responsible. The whole thing weighs about 4 kilograms. What you're looking at right now is me fixing one of the main parts, which is made out of plastic. I mean, the casing is plastic, but the internal gears are metal. But I think even the casing should be made out of metal to make it more resistant, but it will make it more expensive. Now, repairing this thing is very easy, and you also have the instruction manual that includes all the pieces together and what goes where and everything, but in the end it's very relaxing, and you will also enjoy fixing your car. It's like a real car. After the fun, you have to clean up and also, make some maintenance. It is like a Lego for grown-up people, like me. Or well, I don't know if I'm grown up, but yeah, someone big. Now, if you want to have one of these RC cars, I will recommend you buying a lot of replacement parts, especially the arms and, little things that go between the wheels and everything else that connects to the wheels, because those are the parts that will be in movement and will suffer a lot of shocks and a lot of, bending, braking and all of that stuff. Now, this car includes an RC system, that is the radio and the receiver. The only thing is that these are very cheap systems and the range is very poor. So I switched to my own system. I put another receiver, which has more channels, but you will only use 2 channels, and my radio. The radio that I'm using has sticks, and the radio that it comes with is a pistol but I don't care, I can use either. And after every fix, I go straight to push it to the limit again. And of course, it ends up really bad. This is the time when I thought to print the parts by myself. So I took the measurements and I translated this to the CAD software, or Fusion 360 in this case. I designed a new part very similar to the previous one that will do the job. The printing took 6 hours because I wanted the best quality and the best strength, and it was like that. Although the original parts are very cheap, they're around €4 or $5 or something like that, and that's very reasonable. Why would I print my own parts? Well, the shipping from China takes forever and I didn't want to wait all that long, so that's why I redesigned and printed my own parts. Even parts as small as this one that I couldn't find by themselves on the internet. I had to redesign them and try until I got a reasonable, similar shape to the original one. These parts join the rods to the wheels and to the other parts, and for example the shock absorbers to the arms. Now, PLA is not the best material for this job, but still is the material that I have available and it works okay. Compared to the original material, which is a little bit more flexible, I think this will be okay. I don't know what else to say other than it will be okay. Here they are, already mounted and ready to go. Let's see how they do. And this time we went to the beach and tested how the car could go on the sand. Also, there were some rocks along the path. I really don't recommend taking your RC car to the beach, and especially passing through the water and then the sand, because you will end up with this mess that you have to clean up. But it was really fun. Next, I went to the same place where last time I broke the rear arms of the car, and this time I didn't take it easier. The PLA said it was enough for it, and looking closer, maybe I can improve the design to make it stronger. But now I have the new replacement parts, and in the end I can say the PLA works really good. So if you're in a hurry and you want to make your RC car work, you can print your own parts. Now this requires some time to learn how to use the 3D software to print and all of that. You can download this STL file from the description of this video, and you can also find the links to this RC car. I hope you really like this video, and I'll see you in the next project.